And we are live from Brazil and Australia.
That's right.
And this is my second time interviewing this beautiful soul. She's more into supporting women. But guys, if you want to watch it, that's fine. Isn't it, Bru?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
You're all in this together. So, and if you have girlfriends or wives, please call them for this live because you're not going to regret it. All right. Now, I want to make sure that you guys understand that if you want to comment or ask any question, and if you are live or if you happen to come here now, please click on the link, StreamYard. And then StreamYard is going to ask you authorization to show your name. And that's how we will be able to see your comment. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to see anything. Okay? So make sure of that. And I will say that more because if people comes during the interview and they don't know, they probably say hi or comment in anything. They have to do that. This procedure that the StreamYard makes sure they do. Okay?
Beautiful.
So let us know, first of all, your name. Oh, because I won't dare to say your full name. No, I won't.
Yeah.
And then let me know what is this amazing thing that you are about to launch.
Absolutely. Thanks, Maya. So my name's Thrival. I'm an intuitive business strategist and women's transformation catalyst. I live on the east coast of Australia, just near Byron Bay, which is a town which a lot of people overseas seem to recognise because it's a bit of a tourist hotspot. And what I do is I really support women to package their brilliance and shine that out into the world. So to package what they do into a high value, transformational, high-end offering that serves their clients at the deepest level and also serves them at the highest level. So that's really what I do. And one of the reasons that I was so excited to chat with you today, Maya, is that I have recently completed the first round of my group program, CEO Priestess Academy. And in that and in supporting those women to come to this place, and it's similar to work that I do one-to-one, but it's just, being put in this group kind of format. What was coming through so strongly time and time again has been this issue of worth, this issue of worthiness.
That's so important.
Which is huge and seems to be the thing that stops women. It's like the underlying thing, that sense of worthiness, that sense of being good enough, that stops women from actually bringing forward. I'm all about supporting women to bring forward their sacred work, because I believe that our planet and humanity will be better off when we as a human race, but especially I work with women, are in the fullest level of expression of our divinity that we can be. So how I do that, the channel that I do that through, is supporting women to bring forward their sacred work. So what I found in this group program that I've just run, it really got ingrained into me, is this issue of self-worth that is underlying women feeling like they can't step out of that. And so I was starting to get really curious, about how this was showing up for the women in the group, and also how it was showing up for my one-to-one clients, how I've seen it, in my own journey and in others around me. And I can see that there are, there's kind of these foundational aspects in our lives and our humanity where this kind of comes from. One of them can be, our childhood, and the different
Right.
things that happen through our childhood, because that's
Definitely
our
childhood.
learning
Exactly.
process, and from our parents and all of that kind of stuff. So lots of stuff can come from there. There's also generationally, things can come through our mother's lineage and our father's
Right.
lineage.
Yes.
So that can be really profound as well. And then also societally and culturally, things can come through as well. So, traditionally, women's work has been undervalued. The role of caring, the role of nurturing, the role of healing has been undervalued because
Yes.
of the way that society has operated. So,
Yes.
these things are all kind of undercurrents to this sense of worthiness that seems to be such a profound challenge for women to actually step forward and feel confident and comfortable and good enough to be out in the world offering their sacred work.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Uh, in which ways do you think that women can understand and get because that their self-worth is not that good? Because a lot of women think, in exterior, that they bad, that they strong, that they powerful, and they go on and on and on. But actually, within them, internally, when they start to speak out, when they start to really get in integrity with themselves in a work like they do with you, that's when the stuff just start to get out. Like, what happened? I didn't even know I felt that way about myself. Do you have this kind of turnaround?
Yeah, so absolutely, one of the things that's been really interesting as well, because obviously what I teach is kind of sacred business, but it's business
Right,
essentially. But what
right,
I've noticed is that with the women that I've been working with, is that through this process of transformation that they've gone through in order to be able to bring forward their sacred work, so through the transformation of worth that's happened in that process, their relationships have changed. Everything has changed in their lives because this sense of worth is us. It's the core of who we are. And when there are
right,
fractures there or cracks in that core, it expands out into all of our relationships. And the thing is as well that we build the world around us. We create our own world essentially. So we
right.
build our world around us and our relationships based from this core. So if there are cracks in that, then there are going to be cracks showing in other areas of our life.
In
So
our
I would
business, in
say,
our relationships, everything.
yeah, and exactly like you said, in that sense of integrity. So if there are women out there who are like, you know what, I'm 100%, like I'm on the money. I'm feeling great about life. Everything's working out. Then they're probably doing okay in the self-worth department. But if there are cracks, if there are fissures, if there are fractures in our lives in any way, then it's probably coming back to this core aspect.
Right. And in your course, you're designing a course based on that, correct?
So no,
No?
that's not actually it. So this is like this aspect of worthiness is a kind of like a symptom. Sorry, it's like an offshoot of what happens. So my intention with the women I work with is to support them to connect deeply to who they are and what they have to offer, because we all have something unique to bring forward, which is an
Right?
expression of our divine essence. And that's going
Okay.
to be different for everyone.
Right.
So what I teach is women to connect in with that and then to be able to translate that into a transformational offering that's going to serve those that they feel most connected with serving.
Okay.
So
So
it's
It's not a course, it's a training. What is it? What would
Oh,
you call this
sorry.
project?
Yeah, so it is a course. It's a group program,
Right.
but it's
I was
not
like, no.
it's not with the intention of the worthiness is not the intention. That's something that
Oh,
happens kind of
okay.
just in the process, if that
Uh-huh.
makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what kind of benefits they can have from that besides what you just explained? Is there anything else you would add to as a benefit for doing that, for going through the process that you're offering?
Yeah, so I mean the core thing is, and this is something that we have discussed a little bit as well, is moving, and I touched on it a bit before in terms of, how I see this being a service to humanity and service to our planet, is when women move from a space of survival, from a space of just being able to cover the bills, having to put food on the table. When you're in that space and you're in that space of worry and anxiety and all of the things that come with it, you're not expanding, right? And we live in an expanding universe. We live in a space of constant evolution. And if we're
Yes.
like this, then
Mm-hmm.
we're not necessarily adding or benefiting
Mm-hmm.
humanity and the planet. That's how I
Right.
see it.
Right.
So moving from survival into thrival
Right.
allows women to bring their magic to our world.
The feminine as well.
Yeah. So the other piece that I'll mention is that in creating a transformational high-end offering, you are, as a woman, you are no longer kind of running around and hustling and doing all of the things. It's about selling, it's about being really targeted about who you serve, creating something that is specific for them and charging really well for it, so that the amount of work you do is lessened, but the depth of service that you bring is greater,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that we are then able to be, as women, more in our feminine.
Right, right. And so would you say that women undercharge for their services in the business world?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speak a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was some research that was done that showed, this is just a little indication
Mm-hmm.
of the worthiness piece, but difference between men and women, in that men will go for a job, they'll apply for a job, a position, if they
Mm-hmm.
meet, say, 40 to 50% of the criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Women will go for the same job if they meet 80 to 90% of the criteria. So this is the difference in our feeling of being able to put ourselves forward, just as in a really general kind of sense. So
Mm-hmm.
what I see most women doing is they're coming from this place of, of kind of wanting to give and wanting to be of service, but it's not coming from, which is beautiful because that is our nature, but it's not coming from a place of worthiness. So what we do then is we undercharge. So we try and charge what we think people can afford, rather than actually based on the value of the transformation
I
that
am
our work
so
provides.
guilty of that. I need to get on your masterclass right
And
away.
who does that serve? It
Well,
doesn't serve them, and it doesn't serve their clients either.
it's just like want to be spiritual and be good to the world, or a poor man or poor girl, they don't have the money,
Yeah.
I'm in a better situation they are, let me help them.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I thought was a solution, and I was talking to you about that before the interview, I would like you to elaborate on something that can just help people right away to get where they want. For example, taking care of your course. Is that a solution that you could give to them to be able to do it and not thinking about the money so much, but be creative and allow yourself to overcome the limitation of the mindset, because that's my thing. I love the mindset thing. I was talking to you about exchanging and find ways of supporting one another. And you said things that I thought was beautiful that I would like you to share, because you the way you spoke was touched my heart. And that's what I want to do. I want to tell people, I want to show people what we're doing here, me interviewing you, because
Yeah.
you requested that I would support your business.
Yeah.
And then you helped me back. That's one of the things that we don't do as much as we should do.
Yeah,
Do you agree with
absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. And I think this is another piece of the worthiness, Maya. When we don't feel worthy, then we're less likely to reach out. We're less likely to collaborate. And collaboration is one of the keys, I think, to the new paradigm in leadership, especially in feminine leadership, because often women have felt kind of, intimidated by each other and, not able to kind of collaborate in this way and come together. And I think it's so, so powerful and so important that we do this and that we reach out and that we connect, because we can all help each other and we can all support each other. And this is what it's about.
But you also mentioned that it has, because I was talking about the networking
Yes.
value that we take to the extra level, and we are contacting each other. We are always contacting, talking, exchanging,
Yeah,
growing.
absolutely.
Because we
Yeah.
spoke last year. Our
Yeah, we've
connection
been
was since
connected
last
for a
year.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
never, we might stop talking for a while, but we always there. So
Yeah.
what would you suggest for women to do more of in the networking scenario?
I'd suggest for them to reach out. So at the beginning of this year, I got this really strong sense that I wanted to be more present in the communities that I was in. So what that meant for me, because I think for a lot of years for me, it's been around building community. So it's been around, kind of expanding, but I actually want to have deeper relationships in the communities that I already exist in. So I made a commitment to myself at the beginning of this year that I just wanted to connect with other women doing their incredible work in the world, not for the sake of selling anything, but just having conversations and connecting. And one of the things that I find that is so powerful about this is that when we realize and we recognize and we connect with others from around the world who are coming from a similar place of service, of heart, of spirit, then the world doesn't seem so big anymore. We really get that sense that we are all in this together.
Bro, you just touched something that I think is major. To be successful networking wise, we must come from the heart. Because a lot of people think that networking is just connection, it's just business connection, and they forgetting about the heart. And they
Yeah.
forget about really caring for each other. You were saying, you mentioned something about me being unique in the way I approach people, in the way I collaborate, in the way I
Absolutely.
support. But you mentioned also that you can feel that I come from my heart.
Absolutely. Your energy and
Yeah.
your spirit, is beautiful, and
Oh, thank
it's
you.
it's palpable as well. It's visceral. It can be felt. So the place from which you come is really, really divine. And I think that what you're creating and the example that you're leading with is something that we can all take something away from.
And I want the members of this tribe to see the example that we are giving, connecting to each other. Last
Yeah.
year, I connected to you, and we had an interview and I spoke about your business and we kept in touch. And now I'm speaking about your business again, and I'm taking to the next level. I'm taking you to my profile with more than 4,000 people, and to promote your stuff. And you are helping me with, some support, a commission with people that sign up with me. So that's what I want to show people, that it's so much more fun to help one another, to coming from a place of no competition whatsoever, but support one another.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, sorry,
yeah,
I was just
ahead.
going to say, I think that, there's, you just picked up on something around what's coming through to me is like the scarcity mindset. So when we come from a place of thinking that there's not enough, that there's not enough clients, that there's not enough money, or, whatever it may be, then we are kind of, wanting to hold tight to our own communities or our own clients or whatever that is. But when you come from a place of the universe is abundant, there is plenty, there is more than enough for
That's
everyone.
Right.
And when you recognize that, my unique signature is different to your unique signature, is different to everyone else's unique signature, and that our clients will be aligned to us at different points in their lives based on who they are and their energy, then there is no scarcity.
Right. And I want to touch on the subject that also can follow that, abundance thing, is the gratitude. And because when I said, no problem, I promote your masterclass, and you said, I don't take that lightly. And I want to offer you, if someone, sign up from you, I will give you a commission. That touched my heart, because I was not even expecting that, and that goes to show you guys that are watching this or will watch later, that we can always help others, but we also can be helped. And I accept the help. We also have to learn how to accept, because a lot of people just give.
Yeah.
But I do ask for testimonials. I do ask for, an exchange. I always feel that that's the best way to go business-wise, particularly for women that are still struggling in the business world. Would you agree?
One of the most transformational things that I see happen for women in actually owning their worth or starting that process is in investing in themselves.
Right.
So when we make a powerful investment, we're making a commitment to ourselves. You know what? I'm worth this.
Right.
And that was true for me. That's happened for me. And I see that in all of my clients as well, that this is it's like going, you know what? I'm done with all of the free stuff. I'm done with trying to work it out on my own. And I'm willing and ready and able to go 2 feet in and to make this happen for myself, because I'm worth it.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing, because you needed to be courageous to charge.
Yeah.
More than you think you are worth it. You need courage. It's got to be
well, I mean, it's really a recognition as well, because all of the women that I work with, I essentially support women to bring forward their life's work. So it's the combination of their energy, their experience, their education, their natural skills, talents, and abilities, bringing all of that forward into what they offer and who they're becoming, essentially. So yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
That's okay. We were talking about self-worth still, it's still your way. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, a lot, about your masterclass a little bit more, if you can, to tell us
Yeah.
how much, how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, for
I'm going to
sure.
ask you to leave the link there so they can get in touch with you
Yeah, I
and
will.
have your support.
So the masterclass that I'm running next week, it'll be, I've got the times down here. It's on midday Australian Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday the 22nd, or for you guys in the States, or for the others in the States, it's on Monday the 21st at 7 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So the masterclass is all about supporting women to discover their pricelessness. Because what I see is that, women undervalue the transformation that they provide for their clients. They see it, but there's this sense that because we're familiar with ourselves and we're familiar with our gifts and what we're capable of, all of a sudden it doesn't have that kind of value. So it's about really recognizing our own value, recognizing the transformation that we have been able to support others with, that we've been able to facilitate for them, and then being able to bring that forward. So in this masterclass, it's going to be a 90-minute, it's a free event. It's 90 minutes.
Really?
It's a free event. It's 90 minutes and it's interactive.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to be, I've got a specific process that I really want to take all the women through. And so my intention is that every woman on the call will have a shift around their perception of their worth. So I'm really excited about it.
That's beautiful, Prue.
Yeah. And I'm also going to be sharing, everything that I've been learning, because this topic of worth has come front and center, but it's also, I'm speaking to a lot of people about it as well. So all of these additional parts of wisdom are coming in from who I'm talking to. So I'm really excited to share, bring it all forward, bring it all together into that divine masterclass next week. So I'll share.
So next week, say that day again.
So it's going to be, it's on Monday night so 7 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Eastern, and in Australia it's on Tuesday at midday.
Oh, okay. All right. Free of charge. What else do you guys want?
Yeah, it's going to be
free
fun
of charge.
too.
I thought it was paid.
Yeah.
Holy moly! And I was asking her,
Yeah.
can you give me some freebies, some, incentive for them to go? And I still ask for more from her. And I forgot that she mentioned that it was free. And she said, sure, I could give something else. So she was so kind. She was so kind.
Well,
yeah.
I think that, when we own our worth and we charge our worth, then we have the capacity. This is one of the other things that I love. Then we have the capacity to actually be generous from a place of overflow. So we get to serve our communities in an even bigger way, which is really beautiful. So I'm going to share the link. I'm going to share the link
please do.
in the, I think I just did that. Right.
Okay.
So that's the link to, there's a Facebook event as well, but that's the link to the directly register via Zoom. So it's going to be held on Zoom and it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be, is it going to be recorded?
It is going to be recorded. So for anyone that signs up that can't actually, come and be there, you'll be sent the replay. But I really encourage you to be there in the flesh if you can, because there is this, a part of what I teach is that there will be things that you teach in terms of a process and things like that. And then the other side of it is your energy. It's the transmission of who you are and how you're being in delivering that information or that wisdom. So yeah, I really invite anyone who is able to come and join us live to be there, because it's going to be so much fun, and I just
You're
can't
talking
wait.
about everyone, but this is for women, correct?
This is for women. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
good. Okay, because you mentioned everyone, and I know that
Oh,
some guys will
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
everyone,
Oh, you
good.
can come. Yeah, yeah. Well, men don't seem to have this same issue. And I would love to hear from any men that are watching in the comments. I'd love to hear their perception around this, because I really feel like this is a core issue for women,
Right.
and not as much for men. But I'd love to hear any feedback on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the better the women are with themselves, the better they're going to be wives and mothers and lovers.
Absolutely.
You
And
name it.
this is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing, is that the relationships of these women with their children, with their partners, with their parents is
Right.
shifting as a result of this core, their worth,
Mhm.
changing. So it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, great work, Drew. It's, I will do my best to be there live.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
love to have you there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do my best. I can't
Mm.
tell you, for sure, because it's going to be 11 o'clock my time,
Yeah.
11 p.m. So at
Yeah.
that time, because I wake up really early. But
Yeah.
if I am waked, I definitely will be there. And I
Mm.
hope that other people that are not watching now, that will be watching this later on or tomorrow morning, that they will get in touch with you and let you know that they are from this group.
Yeah. Let
That
me
they saw
know.
you live with Maya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Anything else you
Beautiful.
want to add?
I don't think so. I think it's been a really beautiful, conversation, a really beautiful dialogue, and I so appreciate spending time with you, Maya. So thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Mm.
And guys, please, even if you didn't sign with StreamYard to be able to see your name, I see that someone there said, keep up the good work. And I can see that, but
Lovely.
most of you, we cannot see unless you had signed with StreamYard to say yes or no to show your name. And we will be answering all the questions. If you have any comments, even if you're
Absolutely.
not live, Prue and I will be there taking care of you even afterwards. So
Yeah.
don't be shy.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, girl,
Mwah.
thank you so very much. Have a
Goodbye,
wonderful day
beautiful.
there, because I know
Thank
it's
you.
today is Monday, Tuesday. It's already Tuesday there.
Yes.
Have a wonderful Tuesday. And I'm
I
going to
will.
have a
Thanks,
wonderful
gorgeous.
night of Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Beautiful.
Bye-bye. Love you
Thanks,
guys.
honey.
Bye-bye.
Bye.